Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome, man. Welcome back to the Grateful Gab Sports Huddle. Got my cousin Papa Dennis in studio this morning. Shout out to my cousin, host and creator of Just Unconventional Podcast. My audience that was looking for episode yesterday, forgive me for not posting. I was busy when I got home. I was exhausted and tired, but that won't occur too many times. So still look for content to be posted here on the daily. Again, I'm imperfect, fell short, but Jehovah, he read my heart, and I asked for forgiveness, and we kept it moving. So we here today, looking forward to it, and we're gonna continue rolling on each and every day. So appreciate y'all being here. Thank you to my sponsor, Sugarcane Sweet Shop in Riverside. This is the Grateful Gab Sports Huddle. Got the daily verse coming. Excuse me, and then the Sports Huddle rundown. So let's get into it. Daily verse for the date of February 7th, 2026. Derives from the book of Psalm. Excuse me. Chapter 15, verse 1. And it states as follows. O Jehovah, who may be a guest in your tents? Who may reside in your holy mountain? Amen. And again, that's from the book of Psalm, chapter 15, verse 1. And why I particularly like this scripture, in verse 2 of the book of Psalm, chapter 15, it lets us know who can be able to be a guest in Jehovah's tent. And verse 2 says, the one who is walking faultlessly, practicing what is right, and speaking the truth in his heart. So, that's something that we all can be able to do, especially practicing what is right and speaking the truth in our hearts. Of course, because all of us walk with fault. We're imperfect humans. And Jehovah doesn't expect us to be perfect, but he does expect us to practice what is right and speak the truth in our hearts and out of our mouths. So, something that we all can be able to accomplish. So, be mindful of that. Getting into the sports for the rundown. So today we have the NBA season, we have the NFL awards this past week. We'll be recapping the awards that was given out. Super Bowl 60 is tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, ready to rock and roll. NCAA football transfer portal. Again, we'll be talking about the winners and the losers, who gained the most recruits, those type of things. Some teams to look out for, this upcoming season for 2026. Again, UGA 5-star running back. We'll be talking a little bit more about Kamon Spell. Ringside coverage. The Olympics kicked off officially yesterday. Unrivaled League, the National Hockey League, and the NCAA men's and women's top 25. So let's get into it, and welcome into the Sports Huddle. NBA season. So, cousin, did you see the guy, the center that the Hawks picked up?
Yeah, I saw
His
that
performance?
man went out there and did his thing.
Yeah, it went crazy the other day. So the newest pickup for the Hawks, a bright spot, Jock Landale. He came in his first ever Hawk game, had 26 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. He went 5 for 8 from the 3-point line, and he went 10 for 14 from the field overall. So definitely somebody promising for the Hawks organization, maybe going forward. He is 30, which is not old, but it's kind of old for sports. But
He's still in
he
his
got it done.
athletic prime.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, especially if you get in shape. So yeah.
Yeah.
But who didn't play well?
Who, Ace Anu?
Mm-mm.
Who's that?
No, don't forget about former
That's
number
what I
one
said.
pick.
That's what I said. Zach.
0 points, my boy. 19 minutes, 0 points. 0 for 8 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. He did have 6 rebounds. That's cute.
Nah,
Whatever.
that's not cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Ace Anua played. He had 16 minutes, 9 points, 3 rebounds.
That's not good enough.
I know. You know what I mean? But
Did Jalen Johnson have a triple double?
he had a triple double, cousin. And the thing about him, he's an all-star reserve. It's mind blowing. But hey, whatever. He made it
He's an
all-star.
all-star reserve when he's the Hawks' all-time leader in triple doubles.
Right.
In one season, he became the Hawks' all-time leader in triple doubles, but yet he's on the all-star reserve.
Keep telling you, the league don't respect the Hawks, man, and it's rightfully granted. It's rightfully granted, man.
You're absolutely right. They got to change that image.
Right. No, they got to change their whole mindset, their whole everything about the Hawks. But they did win. They defeated the Jazz 121-119. The Wizards defeated the Pistons 126-117. The Pistons team is still a team on the rise, especially with a lot of these new pieces that we recapped the other day. I'm looking forward to see those guys get on the court and see what type of impact they can have. Well, actually, Kevin Huerter, he played 6 minutes. Sarek, he did not play. But, yeah, so
I'm surprised some of
yeah.
these guys are already starting to play, but then I got to remember these rosters got depleted during these trades. I
Oh,
thought they
yeah.
was gonna probably wait them out until after the All-Star break, kind of get them fresh and rejuvenated.
Well, this guy, he had drove down to Atlanta, Jock, so he was
That's
ready to play.
dedication.
He showed it. I mean, so
Yeah,
the Hawks need some type of juice like that, you know what I mean? Somebody
yeah, I like
who's
that.
willing to come and uh, not be as comfortable or get out their comfort zone and be able to come get something accomplished. So I'm excited for him, and it's a bright spot for the Hawks. So I'm excited for them and see what they can do with these guys that they put over there. I'll be in the cut,
But
looking,
you say you'll be in the cut looking.
but I won't be expecting nothing.
Like, oh, Hawks doing Hawks things again. That's what you're gonna come
So,
in with.
so no, I ain't gonna come in. I'm gonna stand in the corner. I'm gonna just turn my back when they get back. Turn my
Yeah,
back.
turn the corner, bruh, man. I just catch the martyr bus and just go somewhere else when it get too bad.
Right, just get on the martyr, go on the 5 point, see what the Jays down there doing.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. I'm sorry, y'all. Well, the Magic whooped on the Nets 118-98. The Raptors defeated the Bulls 123-107. The Hornets, man, I'm telling you, the Hornets are horny. They swarming, baby. 109-99. They defeated the Rockets 109-99. Con Kneppel and Cooper Flag are leading they are the first rookies since in the same class as LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony to score over 900 points apiece in their first 50 games. So, those two guys are definitely going to be on a path of greatness for sure. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? They
such a
stay healthy.
such a great draft class.
It was, and we,
Such a great
we just missed out. I mean,
dang.
the Hawks, they suck, but
And the best
um,
available player not even ranked in the top 20 of the NBA rookies this year, I believe. The best
of course
available
he's not.
player.
But he should still be in college, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah, I know.
Um,
He could try to go back to college. You got some NBA
no, no,
players
no, no,
that
no.
try to do that.
No, we good. The Spurs defeated the Mavericks 135-123. Victor Wembanyama, he had a double-double, 29 points, 11 rebounds. Cooper Flag had 32 points. So, he's definitely in the front runner to win Rookie of the Year. Like I said, even though I'm going Con Knuckle. I like Con. I just like Con's overall game. I just think what he brings to the team, and especially if these guys make the playoffs. I mean, the Hornets, because they're looking like they're going to be able to make the playoffs.
Mm,
And, I just think that impact what he has to the team. And then not even more. See, Cooper Flag, we all thought Cooper Flag was not supposed to come in and have an impact like he had now, like be that guy. But, circumstances play differently. The injuries, AD being traded, he sucked, he got injured, you know what I mean? Those type of things. So Cooper Flag had to, Klay Thompson, not the Klay Thompson of old. So he had to come in and step in and play a major role. And I'm glad he was able to fill that void. But Mavericks got a lot to do. They got a lot to work on. They got some pieces though. They acquired a lot of things from the AD trade. So
yeah.
the ability to be able to put pieces around Cooper and rebuild a team. So looking forward to it. But I'm saying like Knuckle is that I just love his overall game. Can shoot the 3 ball, play defense well, can beat you off the dribble, right? Just you know, good vision. He just a bet. I ain't gonna say a better basketball player, but I like his game more than I like Cooper Flag game. But I think both of them are phenomenal, and I think both of them are going to have tremendously successful careers. I'm looking forward to it. The Warriors defeated the Suns 101-97. Let's see if Porzingis got on the court.
Porzingis didn't get on the court.
All right, well, I want to make sure, he all of a sudden be healed when he go over to the Warriors, play with Steph Curry, them.
No, that's
And
gonna
then we
happen in the second half of the season. Watch that man play most of those games.
And then we had the Lakers defeat the 76ers 119-115. Austin Reeves and those guys. Austin Reeves coming off the bench, he dropped 35 points. Goodness gracious.
That's Austin Reeves doing
What,
Austin Reeves things.
what do you got starting over Austin Reeves?
Is it
Well, they got Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura coming off the bench. I just think that's a rotational thing to kind of get some
That's a nice
something.
that's a nice way to do the rotational thing right there, especially with Rui.
Yeah. Because they got Jay LaRive. I don't know who this guy is. Somebody who's unknown.
He ain't
Oh,
really
he
unknown. He's
I don't
streaky.
know.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, he's streaky to where he done caught some eyes. Like early in the season, he was dropping some 20, 30 point games. But then it just
Okay.
kind of just cooled down as the season went on. LeBron came back and stuff like that. So I use the word streaky because let somebody get injured, you're gonna be hearing his name.
Moving on to last night's matchups, we had different stories for a lot of different teams. The Celtics defeated the Heat 98-96 in a close battle. We had the Pistons absolutely dominate the Knicks and end their winning streak
Dang.
118-80. I mean, they absolutely beat down. The Bucks defeated the Pacers 105-99. The Pelicans defeated the Timberwolves 119-115. The Trailblazers dominated the Grizzlies 135-115. And the Clippers defeated the Kings 114-111. For today's matchups in the NBA, the Nets host the Wizards at 3:30 p.m. today on ABC. We got the Thunder hosting the Rockets. That should be a good one. Tonight at 6 p.m. on Prime Video, we got the Spurs hosting the Mavericks. We got the Hawks hosting the Hornets tonight. That should be a good game
That
in the
should be
city.
good.
The Magic hosting the Jazz. The Nuggets going up against the Bulls tonight at 8:30 p.m. on ABC. We got LeBron and Steph Curry matchup. Tonight, Lakers Warriors. 76 is going up against the Suns. The Trailblazers host the Grizzlies with back-to-backs. And then we have the Kings hosting the Cavaliers. So looking forward to it. That should be a good game as well. DeAndre Hunter against his old team. James Harden should be suiting up. So it's going to be good. Looking forward to it. For tomorrow's matchups in the NBA, we got the Celtics Knicks matchup, a good old rivalry game. 12:30 p.m. on ABC. The Heat are going on the road against the Wizards. The Raptors are hosting the Pacers, and then tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. on ESPN, we get to see the Timberwolves versus the Clippers. Ben, what's it? My brother name Ben. What's
Ben
his name?
Marathon?
Ben Marathon. Yeah,
Okay.
matchup against AE. That should be a good one. So yeah, man, I'm excited for that guy. He's going to be a star in LA. You see what he did in the finals last year, right? He had the most points off the bench in the finals game ever, and now he get to be able to be in a starting role with a new franchise, a new landscape. So we'll get to
Let's
learn from a
just
guy.
pray now. Let's pray because it's this is uncommon. This is why I'm happy for the Clippers because it's not common that you hear them acquiring like young talent plus some draft picks. We're normally the team that trades away the young talent plus some draft picks. People forget Shea was a Clipper. So
Hmm.
we're the ones that normally trade away the good young talent. But now we actually acquired it. I mean, I like this right here. Hey, I got some draft picks. I don't know what Kawhi gonna do. Maybe they'll keep him, but I
Yeah.
think we about to start. Let's go ahead and rebuild this thing. Let's go ahead. Another regime. It's
No,
overdue.
it should be good. Yeah, yeah. And then the organization, the owner of the Clippers is very spirited. He's very motivated and supports his franchise a lot. So he definitely wants to win. So we shall see what the Clippers do. They've been irrelevant forever. So I mean,
Yeah, that's
the
the
most
thing.
the most hype they've had when it was the
Lob City.
the Blake Griffin, the Blake Griffin, Chris Paul,
Yeah. And even then, I
DM.
wasn't excited about that because it was fun and entertaining until they played good teams and they didn't know how to
Right,
win.
right.
That's
So
all.
looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good NBA season again. The All-Star weekend is coming up next week. We'll have my top 10 teams
I can't wait for
of the
that.
first half of the year, and then the top 10 teams who could potentially win a championship in the back half of the season. So look forward to it. Gonna be surprises,
Oh
but it's
man, I
gonna be
can't wait
good.
for this one right here.
Looking
I
forward to it.
requested this, fans. I just want to let y'all know. I requested the top 10 ranking for the NBA
Yeah.
because I gave him so much with the NFL this year. I was like, give me a top 10 for the NBA. Let me learn something new.
Yeah, like I told him, I just think it's too inconsistent, not inconsistent, it's too up and down for the NBA. That's why I want to be able to do a first half winners and second half surprises or guys who, teams that I think are, have a good second half of the season and try to make a run for the what is it, O'Brien trophy or something like
Larry
that? The
O'Brien.
Larry O'Brien, I was about to say Bill, but Larry, the NBA finals.
Yeah.
So looking forward. Moving on to the NFL again, Super Bowl Sunday in the NFL awards. So the NFL award that we're giving out this past week at the NFL Honors is as follows. As we said it here, of course, Matthew Stafford, Old Faithful Georgia Bulldog, did win his first NFL MVP. Congratulations, go Dogs.
Yeah.
Um,
Not
you know,
only because though did he just win the MVP, He also let them know, "By the way, I'll be back next season."
Yeah, he is returning. I mean, I don't know how much effect that had. I would like to see Stetsy B, you know what I mean,
Oh,
get
yeah,
get that
Stetsy boy.
you know
I
what I
don't know
mean?
why
But
they holding back Stetsy, dog. I think Stetsy would be better than Stiddy. So it's just like, like, come on. Hey, Atlanta. Hey, y'all might be looking for another quarterback. I'm just saying.
hey,
Go and
that
grab
boy
Stetsy,
Stetson,
man.
you gonna get a winner, man. I'm telling
They
that boy a
holding him
dog.
down for a reason, dog. They
Right.
really holding that boy down for a reason.
He probably over there doing the same thing he was doing in them UGA practices in the Rams practice, boy.
But
Torching them
man,
boys.
every time he step in, I don't care if it's preseason because he's in secondary. But like anytime they put like Stetson in there, he show out. The man he can play. Like
Oh
he's
yeah.
already showed this. He can play. But Sean, what we holding on for? Like, and then you sitting behind Matthew. Like, come on, if Matthew retired, I would have straight went with Stetsy. He been sitting behind him for 3-4 years.
Oh yeah.
He's ready.
Oh yeah. He ready for sure. The coach of the year went to Mike Vrabel. Well deserved, right? You know what I mean? Taking the Patriots from, the slums the last 2 seasons to a Super Bowl appearance. Having the opportunity to not only win the most Super Bowls in franchise history, but Super Bowls in the NFL of any team. So looking forward to that. He also has the opportunity to be able to be the first player to play for a team and and coach them as a Super Bowl as a head coach. So that'd
Mm-hmm.
be cool. Offensive player of the year went to Jackson Smith and Jigba, wide receiver out of Seattle. I mean, this kid is phenomenal, man. Looking forward to see how he's going to perform tomorrow in the Super Bowl, the biggest stage against the Patriots and those teams. I'm really excited for the Super Bowl. Like, you know what I mean? My wife was saying last night, she was like, I would like to see the Patriots win without Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. I said, yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. But I don't know, man. The Seahawks, I don't know. I'm excited. I just want to see a good game. Like I said, I've been taking the Seahawks since the playoffs started. You know what I mean? Since we lost, basically. I ain't like, oh, they gonna beat us, but we beat ourselves. But that's another story. But yeah, I've been on the Seahawks bandwagon. You know what I mean? Since then, and I think it's gonna take me to the promised land, to the top of the mountain, and I can host that Lombardi uh, from the crowd. Like, yeah, they did it.
That's
Nah, but it's
funny.
gonna be a good one. Looking forward to it. Defensive player of the year, of course, Myles Garrett. DN out of the Cleveland Browns had the most sacks ever in a regular season game. I mean, in the regular season. So well deserved.
Shoot, he was
And
close to having the most sacks in the game ever. Didn't he have like 7, 8 in one game this past season?
don't get me telling no falsehood, but if he did,
Ain't no
that's
falsehood because he got the record. So ain't no falsehood
nothing.
somewhere in there.
Yeah, right. Nah, for sure. Nah, bro, he been dominating ever since he been in the league, and
Yeah,
the Cleveland Browns did the right thing to drop the bag on him because I mean, I can imagine him on a team that's contending. Imagine him on the Patriots or imagine him on the Seahawks right now. Like either one of those
man.
teams he owns is definitely the highest favorite. You know what I mean? Or I don't know, just a lot going on. But yeah, man, well deserved. And guy been dominating since he been in the league. Comeback Player of the Year award went to Christian McCaffrey, running back out of the 49ers. Well deserved as well. The guy was healthy the whole year, played every game, and that's rare
Yeah,
for Christian McCaffrey. He's battled different injuries. And it's almost like, he didn't have a Saquon season last year, but he had an impact on his team that a Saquon Barkley had when he was fully healthy, when he was able to play every game. They just didn't, reach the height that we did. But he still had a phenomenal season, and congratulations to him. Royal McMillan, wide receiver out of Carolina, won the Offensive Rookie of the Year.
beast.
Cousin, I told you when they drafted him, before even the draft, I was like, man, whoever get this kid, he gonna be a stud. And that kid, he just on the up and up, man. Gonna be a great young wide receiver, a great piece for Bryce Young. Bryce Young got a good group of young wide receivers. Got Xavier Leggett. You got what they call him, T Mac. They call him T Mac.
Yeah,
Yeah. So they got
Teddy Mac.
Teddy Mac. They got Teddy Mac down there. And they building pieces around. They're building pieces around Bryce Young
Got a
and
pretty decent defense, so they can develop. That's gonna just
yeah,
continue to get better.
right. Coming off that first NFC South championship in forever, so
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Carson Schwezinger, linebacker out of Cleveland. Assistant Coach of the Year award went to Josh McDaniel, offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. The Walton Payton Man of the Year award went to Bobby Wagner, linebacker out of Washington from the Commanders. And I didn't even know they had this award. The Protector of the Year
Yeah,
went
for
to
the
Joe.
lineman.
Right, went to Joe Thuney, guard out of Chicago Bears. So yeah, so I mean, great season overall for a lot of these players, and well established accolades. Where I'm excited to see these two individuals who got awards from the New England Patriots and the Offensive Player of the Year from Seattle. To see why they to show why they really earned these awards on the biggest stage. So looking forward to it, and it's gonna be a good one. The MVP voting actually was pretty closer than most expected. Matthew Stafford got 24 votes, and Drake May got 23. Even though I think Drake got too many, it was too close to Matthew. But overall, Matthew still got it done, and he's the MVP. So congratulations to him again, and well deserved. And I know the Rams are happy that he's coming back in 2026. So Super Bowl Sunday, baby, let's get it. My cousin Thursday, you said come back. What you said
Get back to me
return.
on Saturday.
Get back to me on Saturday. So who you picking, man? Who you picking?
Oh man, for selfish reasons, I'm picking the Seahawks. I want to buy into the Patriots, the underdog story and all that stuff because I like me a good underdog. But personally, the league is becoming a joke. Belichick should be in the Hall of Fame. Brady may get snubbed. I don't have time for a deflated football thing because as a Colts fan, they pumped the ball up, and next season the Patriots just mollywopped us with a regulated NFL football, and y'all couldn't beat them when they was using a Nerf football. So it sounds like more of a personal problem on the Colts end rather than Tom Brady prefers the ball to be a little bit more softer and all this other stuff
Mhm,
right here. The man said it once, everybody cheats in the NFL. Why you getting down on me like that?
mhm,
So it's just like it feels like there's a rush within the NFL, not the Patriots organization, because they're just happy to see themselves back winning and stuff. But it seems like there's a rush within the NFL to replace Tom Brady and Belichick's importance with the New England Patriots. And they feel like one ring can wash away a 20 plus year dynasty. And I feel like that's
mhm,
a little bit delusional. So insert the team that basically had a chance to win the game the last time they played. It was right there, probably about the space of a quarter and a nickel from the touchdown. And they said, let's throw the ball instead of hand it off to the beast. So there's
mhm,
a little bit of anger there about we should have won that Super Bowl, but we made a stupid mistake and we don't want to do this again. On top of this is a team that, like you said weeks ago, they really have no weaknesses. They are stacked all around on every level, both sides of the ball and special teams. Because what can
mhm.
you do when you got was it Raheem Shaheed that came from the Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you
Mhm,
got him back there playing kick, you got him playing punt and kick returner, and he also out here killing you in the slot. So they just have a lot
mhm,
going on. Sam Donald wants his ring. They're saying
mhm.
Mike McDaniel doesn't get enough respect, and I'm like, not Mike McDaniel, but what is it? Mike McDonald, head coach.
Sean McDonald.
Oh, Sean McDonald. My bad.
I think it's Sean. It might be. Hold on. I think it might be Mike McDonald
Yeah,
because I
fact
don't
check me right
know.
quick. It's early morning and it's cold.
Because I seen something about him the other day too that he could be the youngest head coach, the third youngest head coach. Yeah, Mike McDonald.
Mike McDonald. They say he ain't been getting his respect. I call cap. There's nowhere in
Mhm.
the world that you cannot respect a head coach that went on a long winning streak, winning on the road. Like it was like 8, 9 games winning on the road.
Oh, hold on. And he a Bulldog alumni. Hold on now, baby. Hold on
Oh
now, baby.
yeah, he
Don't
a
get
Bulldog alumni. Oh yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that on the radio the other day. They was talking about people
Yes,
not
sir.
caring about their Super Bowl. They started bringing up him and his ties to Georgia.
Yes, sir. You
Yeah,
don't lock me with your boy. Hey, baby, go get it done, baby.
yeah. So he a Bulldog alumni and everything. So let's go ahead and
Hey.
just put this to bed. It's gonna be a competitive game because
Yeah.
everybody think because the Seahawks are stacked, they might run over this Patriots team. Don't think that they're gonna run over this Patriots team. There's a lot of Super Bowl experience in that head coach they got right there, playing on the field and on the sidelines. And then on top of
Mhm.
that, I can't even say, oh, you get to talk to Tom Brady because Tom Brady seems like he don't even want to pick his own old team to win the Super Bowl. I don't know what's going on with these old heads of New England. You guys won 6 Super Bowls together. You would think there'll be some type of happiness, but it ain't,
Mm.
bro. It's just like Jerry Jones with Jimmy. When he was helping him win, Jerry wanted all the respect. But when it comes to this stuff with the Patriots, this is ridiculous. So, nah, don't count out that Super Bowl experience they sitting there with that head coach right there.
Oh yeah.
That Super Bowl
Oh yeah.
experience is gonna matter. Like, it's really gonna matter. And then McDaniels, yeah, Josh McDaniels, the OC, nothing but Super Bowl
Mm-hmm.
experience. He done been in multiple Super Bowls with this Patriots. They have the right guys around Drake May to help them in this moment. They have a tough, gritty defense that can help them stay in this game. But I feel like this is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like a boxing match, and by round 8, you're gonna start to get wore down, and the Seahawks probably go up. I see the Seahawks winning this by 10.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a good one. Like, and I'm glad if you point out the fact it's not just gonna be a slaughter, right? You know what I mean? Like, no one expected last year. Well, I expected last year to go how it did,
No,
but
I kind of was
nobody
giving
expected.
the warning.
But no one expected it just to be that way. But I kind of did. But it wasn't boring, but it was boring though. Like, it wasn't
Oh
boring
no,
for
that
me because
wasn't boring at all. That felt like that
it
was a
was so,
masterpiece of.
like, it wasn't boring to the fact of, like, it wasn't competitive. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, we would just dominate, which I was loving it. I enjoyed the Super Bowl last year. It was great. For sure victory win, dominating defense. Offense did a great job, but I don't expect that type of Super Bowl this year, right? I expect, like you said, a gritty, boxing match style football game. Throwing blows, blows, blows. But who's gonna be able to sustain the longest, right? And again, I talked about it a couple weeks ago, right? That journey that the Patriots have been on. You had to travel all the way from Boston, Massachusetts, all the way over to San Francisco. Seattle, they didn't even probably get on a plane. They probably drove down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they rested. They on their side of the earth. You know what I mean? The time zone they're used to, their bodies like, so they have the advantage there. And I just think, when it comes down to it, and get to know that fourth quarter, that late third quarter, I just think they have a little bit more juice to get it done. But I'm excited. I hope it goes down to the wire. I want to see some game winning field goal style type joint. You said by 10. I want to see down to the wire, game on a kicker back, type stuff. So, it's gonna be a
That'd
good
be
one though, man.
interesting. Now let me
I'm
throw out
excited.
another advantage that nobody's talking about here because I have a cousin. He always tells me every time I talk to him, football is a science. Like every time I talk to him, he tell me football is a science. But let's talk about an advantage that nobody is thinking about that I feel like plays a big factor. The Seahawks is playing on a familiar field.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're playing on a field that they play twice a year. They're
Oh yeah.
familiar with it. They know
Well, at least
all the.
once a year with a team, you play twice. Gotcha.
Yeah, they're the team they play twice, my bad. But
hmm
they're used to playing on this field. They played 49ers what, 3 times this year?
They play them 3 times this year. Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't go back, if I'm correct. I don't think they
Yeah.
went back.
No, they only played there once. They play
Yeah.
in Seattle twice.
Yeah, but anyways, I still say they got an advantage because they have familiarity with, the 49ers field. They know all the
hmm
spots I like to throw it. They know all the spots that ain't cool, all the soft spots on the field. They know every little mechanic that we don't hear about that these players go and they walk on the field 2 hours before the game to kinda get a
Oh yeah.
feel for. But they already got a feel because we play here. We play here what, once a year. We already noticed. We know the environment. We know how the field is. We know all our favorite spots out here. So
hmm
I feel like that level of familiarity will play a factor because football is a science, and little details like that just helps you win.
It really do matter. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Like, just getting closer and closer to the Super Bowl is really just, it's like, wow, it's here. It's a happy and sad moment, but it's
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 more of
it's
a
still
sad
the great.
moment for me. I ain't gonna even cap because
Yeah, yeah, it is. 'Cause regular, we won't have any football until the United Football League, but real, NFL college style football, until later on this year again. But it's gonna be good. Football's still gonna be rolling. Again, we got the UFL, the draft right around the corner. And then before we know it, it's gonna be rookie mini camps. It's gonna be
Mhm.
OTAs. It's gonna be training camp. We're gonna be right back in the mix. So looking forward to it, man. And it'll be here before we know it. So Super Bowl Sunday, I'm taking the Seahawks by close. My cousin taking the Seahawks by 10. But at the end of the day, we just want to see a good game and may the best team win. That's what's gonna happen. So I'm excited and proud of both of those organizations, but for being able to represent the AFC and the NFC. But looking to see the NFC take it again. So let's go. And best of success and much love and health. And play a good game. Looking forward to it. Moving on to the NCAA football transfer portal. All right, so all the dust done settled over the last couple of weeks in the NCAA football transfer portal. So the top 10 rated teams in regards to rankings from the one, the ONE, I mean the ON3, it's called the One, but it's the One sports site. These were the teams that they ranked in their top 10 for transfer portal. So going from 10 up, we had number 10 Texas. They had 19 transfers come in, and they had 23 transfers leave. They acquired 13 3-stars, and they acquired 4 5-stars, and five 4-stars and 1 5-star. So they had a total of 19 players come into the program with 23 leaving. They lost 23 stars and 3 4-stars. At number 9, we had Notre Dame. They got 7 transfers in. They got 4 4-stars and 3 3-stars, and they lost 14 3-stars, and they lost 1 4-star. Arkansas, right? Arkansas with a new head coach. I'm excited to see what the Razorbacks can do in the SEC, because they're really like that unforgotten team. Most people forget they're even in the SEC. But they acquired 41 transfers. They got 39 3-stars and 2 4-stars. So they're trying to take that route that Coach Singeti, took with Indiana. Build those 3-stars up. And Coach Saban said the best, man. Stars don't matter, right? Stars don't matter. The people who put those stars on there, I don't even know if they have any type of football knowledge, or what is the rating or ranking from the star criteria.
They just took what
But
they saw online, because you can find that whole star system thing. I don't really even, if I'm being honest, I don't really know what it goes by.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, me either. But like I said, that doesn't matter, man. What are you gonna do? What type of heart do you have? What type of will do you have to be successful? What type of work ethic do you have to become better? Like, what I mean, are you all in for the team, or are you a selfish player? Like, what I mean, those are the things that separate you from being great and elite, or just I'm a big name. I'm this, I'm that. So looking forward to see what Arkansas can do this upcoming year in the SEC. At number 7, a surprising team out of the Big 12, the University of Houston. They had 17 transfers come in and 15 transfers go out. They acquired 14 3-stars and 3 4-stars, with losing 10 3-stars, and then I guess nobody else was ranked 2 and 1 stars. I guess they don't do 2 and 1 stars.
Mhm.
The ratings for those. Virginia Tech, right? New head coach of Virginia Tech.
They
What's
making
my guy
moves,
name?
boy.
Who got fired from
Franklin?
Penn State? Yeah, James Franklin. Yeah, James Franklin. He acquired 25 transfers. He trying to make some noise in the ACC. He got 22 3-stars and 3 4-stars, and he lost 21 3-stars.
Watch out for the
Number 5,
ACC,
Louisville.
man. They're trying to get back to
Oh yeah,
relevancy.
Number 5, Louisville, another ACC team, right? They acquired 31 transfers, 26 3-stars and 5 4-stars. Number 4, LSU, right? New head coach down there too.
He making move. He
Papa
ain't got no choice
Narduzzi.
but the pressure on.
Oh yeah. 40 transfers in. He is one of the schools that got one of the most transfers. It was between him, UCLA, Arkansas, and another team had in the 40s, if I'm not mistaken. It was a lot of teams that acquired a lot. Oh yeah, Oklahoma State had 54. They had the most. They had
Jesus
the most coming
Christ.
in. They had 54. Colorado had 41. Prime trying to do some things over there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, a lot of different teams had a good amount of transfers come through. So yeah.
But you heard what Prime said about coaching in the NFL?
Mm-mm.
That man said he said after what happened with his son this shit, he don't want to coach in the NFL.
Mm.
I'm just like, but if you the coach, you control who starts the quarterback.
All right. I mean, but I don't think his son want to play for him in the NFL though. I
I
mean,
can see that, but
yeah. Uh, I don't know. But Dion doing the right thing, man. Stick to college, stick to where you can kind of develop these young men, because all of them not gonna go to the NFL and be professional, but all of them still have an opportunity to be successful. Like they getting paid buku dollars to play football, which a lot of people haven't. We've been advocating for sports for a long time, that these young gentlemen and women need money, for their services, and now they have opportunity to go off and be successful in many different areas. So then number three, Texas A&M, right, a team that fell so short of being successful, right, had an opportunity to reach their first ever SEC championship appearance, fell short. Then they got knocked off in the first round at home by Miami. So Texas A&M is looking to say, hey, we're not done. We bouncing back. We're gonna be better. They was ranked at a number 3 transfer class, but they had 18 transfers come in, 6 4-stars and 12 3-stars. Number 2, Texas Tech, another team that has to get better. Their offensive playbook sucks. Man, I was playing with them the other day. Their offense playbook is trash, man. So no wonder they couldn't put no points up on Oregon. I mean, it sucked. But that wasn't the reason. Of course, the reason was they didn't execute. But yeah, so they got the number 2 rated class right now. 21 transfers in, 21 transfers out. They acquired 15 3-stars and 6 4-stars. And then also the number 1 team in the country, the reigning champions, Indiana Hoosiers. They got 17 transfers in, and they 14 and 10 people left the program. They got 14 3-stars and they got 3 4-stars. So I'm looking forward to see how the NCAA football season goes this year. I know news from Tennessee, Joey Aguilara. He was granted another year of eligibility to play football, so he'll be back at Tennessee next year. Big things like that. So looking forward to see these classes come in and see what type of impact they'll have for different teams. Georgia, we acquired 8 transfers. We had 8 3-stars, and we 14 3-stars left the program. So, we're looking to build again. We was number 53 ranked class, but we don't rebuild. We just reload. We don't rebuild. We don't have to rebuild the program. The program has already been set. We just have to rebuild. We have to reload the program, get guys in positions to make things happen. And I think this is actually inaccurate because we got one of the best DNs out of Auburn. He was the highly rated it. He was the most highly rated, DN coming out of this transfer class. So let me get his name pulled up here. Transfer, yeah. Let's see. But looking forward to it. Like I said, we had an awesome 2026 class, even though we didn't get old boy. What's his name? The quarterback who went to
Sure. Wait, we got Gunner for another year, right?
Yeah, Gunner for another year, but we didn't get old boy who had committed to Jared Curtis. Jared is his name. Jared Curtis. He ended up going over to Vanderbilt, so he could be a starter, but he's not going to he's not going to have success, like he would have had at Georgia. But best of success for him, and may he have, what I mean, do what he need to do. We did get wide receiver out of Georgia Tech, Isaiah Canyon. I'm looking forward to him. They've been high on him.
Oh
We got
snap! We got him from Georgia Tech.
yeah, we got
Oh,
Amarius Williams. That's his name, edge rusher out of Auburn. So I'm looking forward to him, man. Looking forward to see what he brings to the table, and what type of impact he has immediately. So looking forward to it. But yeah, man. Again, that's college football season continues. We'll be looking to see what type of guys get drafted from Georgia. The Senior Bowl happened last week. Not too much noise coming out of the Senior Bowl of guys making real big impacts. I expect Zachariah Branch to go high first round. I expect a couple of offensive linemen to go high, either low first round or high second round. Some defensive guys coming out. CJ Allen, he's gonna be a first round pick.
yeah.
Who else coming on the defensive side of the ball? Gonna be a high pick. Dalen Everett. I think Dalen Everett to be either a low first round or a high second round pick. I think he has a lot of upside as a good cornerback. They could be in the league potentially. Yeah, so I'm excited, man. See Christian Miller. See where Christian Miller falls, defensive tackle. See where he falls at in that group. But yeah, it's gonna be good, man. Looking forward to it. But other UGA news, right? I mentioned Thursday, UGA 5-star running back Kamon Spell committed. He is the number 1 rated running back in the class of 2027, and he's the number 7 overall prospect in the 2027 class. A 5'10" running back out of Pennsylvania, right? So he out of Eagles country. On the last running back we had out of Pennsylvania was DeAndre Swift. You know what he did in
Oh
Georgia.
boy.
You know what he did in the NFL. So I'm excited for this kid, right? Most likely Nate Frazier, Chauncey Barnes. They'll be, depending on how their season go this year, They'll probably be going to the NFL. So this guy has the opportunity to really step into a program where the run game has been emphasized the last couple of years. We led the SEC last year in the run, right? We was one of the top 20 programs in the country in the run game. So we that's our staple going forward. I expect us to continue to get back to the basics of being able to run the ball. And we have a real opportunity this year to do something again. Fell short, right? But I think Kirby Smart addressed a lot of the issues in this reloading. Not only in the cycle, but also this transfer portal. I'm excited to see them guys go to work. Kirby Smart. A lot of people talk about, oh, his method is not it's not up to date with the transfer portal. He don't spend high. He don't spend heavy in the NIL and blah 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 blah. But his method is the program is already there. It's built. We develop. They develop. They develop. They develop. And they they have young teams just like a lot of people have young teams every year. But they recruit well out of high school. They want to develop guys. And defense. We want to get back to smash mouth defense. Physical football is what Georgia gonna always do. Play
Yeah.
physical football, but they just got to get over that hump, man. Get over that hump. And when they get past that first round or whatever, that first game in the playoffs, it's up from there. It's up from there. So we fell short this year. That youth really showed up in a big moment. In the game in the playoffs, but I still think they played phenomenal. To put up 35 points and lose, it's still it's tough. But
Because let me
overall,
say this too. The whole thing with the NIL is how can I put it? They say they don't spend enough. Indiana didn't spend a lot either, and they just won a championship. I looked at their
hmm
NIL value. LSU got almost $8 million in NIL value. You look at Indiana, they only got about 3 million, and they getting in a whole bunch of three-star recruits. They're spreading that
hmm
money around rather than we're gonna spend 8 million and majority of it's gonna go to probably like 2, 3 people, and everybody else
right.
is gonna get little scrapes. But Georgia's whole thing isn't to get you paid right now; it is to get you ready for the NFL so you can get a bigger
hmm
paycheck. Their program
hmm
is designed to they're built around getting you to the next level. Everybody else is trying to get their bread now. Kirby is like, I'm looking for guys who not only want to play football right now, but want to get
hmm
ready and get prepared for the next level. How can I
hmm
get the most prepared? People
hmm
gotta realize when you go to some of these colleges, it's still about going forward. It's not about how much money am I going to get right now. And some of those colleges have that mentality. They're willing to wait it out. They're willing to not go out here and spend big bucks on some of these top stars in college because they're just like, my goal is to really build guys up for the next level. We can build a championship team while building guys up for the next level. Let's
Mhm,
spread this
mhm,
money around instead of giving Archie Manning close to $10 million and then get nowhere with it. Let's do
right.
something like that. So people gotta realize that, man. They ain't gotta spend no money. Then say Kirby, dude, look at what they did last year. Like, they don't have to spend a whole bunch of money in NIL. People wanna come to Georgia. It's like Nike can charge $1,500 for a shoe all they want because we built that brand awareness to where we can charge $1,500. Georgia ain't gotta
Mhm,
go and drop 20 million in the NIL because we built that. If people think if Nick Saban came back today, he gonna drop 20 million in the NIL just to compete, you are dead wrong. He see Kirby
mhm,
competing without doing it. And you see some of these
mhm,
other guys doing it. He see Signetti competing without doing it. So it's like, oh, we can still go out here and win championships without breaking the bank.
mhm.
So
No, sure.
yeah, they gotta calm down with that. They ain't gotta spend no money. Look at the record. They just
Oh,
won an
yeah,
SEC championship.
back to back.
Yeah, we ain't gotta
You know
spend
what
no
I'm
money,
saying?
man. Come on, dog. We can keep being
Yeah,
competitive.
Oscar, I forgot to mention Oscar Delp. Oscar Delp, he'll get drafted. I think he'll go third round. He
I'm
a solid
shocked.
tight
I
end.
saw his name when I looked up the people that was getting that was going to the draft. I'm shocked, but okay. He must be a senior or he a junior.
He don't got no more eligibility. Yeah, he
Okay.
done. Yeah, he could have went last year too, but he chose to come back for his fifth year.
Good value at
Um,
tight end.
yeah, no, for sure. And then also Kobe Young. I think Kobe Young will be a third rounder. He got a lot of upside. Guy's a great young wide receiver. Good size, great hands, physical, good speed.
Atlanta, I
But just
hope you're
got to
listening to that. Y'all need a
yeah.
wide
So
receiver.
yeah, no, it's gonna be some dogs taking off the board as always. Maybe not as many. A couple years ago in that first round we had them 5 defenders, but it's gonna be good. I'm
I'm
still
glad
looking
you
forward to
mentioned
see.
that part right there. Because if people go and look at each one of the past drafts for like the past 3, 4 years, Georgia's like what top 5 in players taken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we gotta spend a lot of money in the NIL. Our goal is to get you to the NFL.
Oh yeah.
NFL, not NIL.
And they're gonna do it, baby. The big league, not the little league.
Yep.
So let's see what we got in wrestling. Talk to me, cuz.
Oh man, in wrestling we have we have New Japan New Beginning coming up on the 11th on New Japan World. They have a pretty stacked card that I am looking forward to, and the card is as followed. Also, for Collision tonight, I can't think off the top of my head, but I'm actually going to pull it up too as well. They have a 8-man parking lot brawl happening on Collision for AEW tonight, alongside Tommaso Ciampa continuing the TNT Open Challenge. So who's going to be next to take on Tommaso Ciampa? I don't know, but I'll probably still check that out. That 8-man tag team match, I know Grizzled Young Veterans are in it, and I know who is it? Dang, why can't I think of boy name that's running around with Eddie? That's running around with Eddie. Give me 1 second, Cuzzo.
You fine.
Yeah.
Looking forward to. Make sure y'all check out the Olympics again. Olympics kicked off last night.
Did you see the
Got some.
ceremony?
I did not. I was out and about because I was so busy
It was
last night,
great.
man.
It was great.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to go back on YouTube and check it out.
Yeah, it was great. Oh yeah, that parking
Speaking of,
lot brawl. My bad, Cuzzo. What you about to say?
I'm about to say, speaking of YouTube, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when new episodes are dropped daily. Please continue. Make sure y'all go check out my cousin, host and creator, Just Unconventional
I got
Podcast.
something coming for y'all. I don't know what happened this week. I got a late start on my week this week. I had to tell Bay that. I said I got a late start on the week. Oh boy. But nah. So yeah, AEW Collision. They got some things going on for Collision tonight. I feel like people should be excited about that. So I give them their props. I know I've been trying to watch a little bit of everything. I just started watching PCW again last night because they're loading up their shows on YouTube. So I'm like, cool. I'm back in the game with them right there. Seeing all the changes from not being there for 6 months and to watch the show, and I'm on the phone with Jazz. She half sleeping. I'm over here yelling. Like, when they get in the fact, I'm like, dang, why is there so much faction warfare going on? When Quattro turned heel? When did this happen? So it's been exciting. But AEW Collision, they got a parking lot brawl coming on tonight. Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, and the Rascals, which is Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz, versus Grizzled Young Veterans, James Drake and Zach Gibson. And they got Brian Keith and Big Bill on their side. Tommaso Ciampa actually has a match for tonight. You just won the belt and you about to go and defend it in a triple threat match. I see we're not wasting no time here with boosting you up in AEW. He has a triple threat match against Claudio Castagnoli and Roderick Strong. That's going to be a show stealer. Two of the best black athletes in wrestling today. And I'll say it again, two of the best black athletes in wrestling today are having a match tonight. I might have to check out Collision. Kevin Knight versus Scorpio Sky. And personally, I'm one of those guys that felt like Scorpio Sky should have been the first black AEW champion. I don't know what happened. Swear Strickland got it. It's whatever. We have the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson versus Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. I don't know. Yeah, that's a lot going on with your name right there, buddy. Let's see here. Skyflight. Oh Lord, they got her. They getting fun. They getting fancy with the names. Got Skyflight, Dante Martin, and Zeta Steel. The real deal Zeta Steel versus Death Riders, Willie Yuta and Marina Shafir. That's about to be a squash match. And we also have Mina Shirakawa versus Viva Van. MJF is going to come on Collision tonight and talk about why he lost his match in 2 minutes on Dynamite. And I'm not even going to really get into that because we have turned a wrestling match into political. AEW is trending, and it's not because of a wrestling match. It's because of the fans. I'm all for, freedom of speech and stuff like that. But I also say if I could be for freedom of speech, if I drop my comment on why this might be happening, I feel like it should be okay. But I'm not going to go there because your show doesn't deserve that attention. But I do want to throw out a subliminal message. If Brody King does not get derbied, which I say derbied is basically you squash an opponent and then the next time you face them, you lose to them after squashing them in a very convincing fashion. So if Brody King is about to get derbied by MJF, then, I'm not surprised. But if Brody King goes out here and beat MJF, I just want you guys to know, advocate for him being a good wrestler because he deserves this moment for being a good wrestler, not for wearing a t-shirt with something that you guys like to chant. So I said it on Facebook and I'll say it again. While we're kind of doing this right here, we might take that Cody Raheem Rhodes we might snatch the Raheem name from Cody and eventually give it to Brody the way people acting out here. So just remember, if he wins this, it's because he's a good wrestler. But in all summary, if he really wins this, it's because of what you guys chanted and that T-shirt that he wore about 2-3 months ago. But moving on to New Japan, because I ain't got time to keep up with all this right here. But that's part been kind of agging me because wrestling, they trending politically right now. Like AEW is trending politically. Like they showed up on CNBC because of what the fans were chanting on the show. And it's a big statement, but when I go back and I see people saying, "Oh, Brody King, you're a hero," I wear T-shirts that have self-expression all the time. I ain't never been called a hero. But shoot, it say, "Brody King, you are a hero." This guy is like a pillar of society right now for this T-shirt, and because the fans were chanting these words. But if he wins this championship, it's because the fans are chanting these words and Tony Khan wants to grab that type of audience. And I don't know if you want to have a strong, heavy political audience watching your wrestling show right now, especially when there's a government out here that spent decades wanting to take down the wrestling business. But I'm not going to snatch freedom of speech. Wrestling fans saying things at shows has always been normal. I literally listened to PCW fans singing the national anthem during a wrestling match. And that's the most random thing ever. Word for word. And I'm sitting like, dang, I don't even know. I had to look up the lyrics. I'm like, they singing this thing word for word. But hey, it is what it is. If Brody wins that belt, I think it's because he's a great guy, but I already know what's going on. Anyways, New Japan, they have New Beginning coming up in Osaka. When they have shows in Osaka, Cuzzo, shocking moments can happen. That's the place for shocking moments to happen, for careers to change, all that good stuff right there. But the matches are as follow. We got Toby Makabe and Toriano facing off against two young lions, Sho Mikado and Kazuya Murashima. The young lions have really been they've been really intensifying lately. And I think it's because a couple guys are about to go off to excursion, or they're trying to show, hey, I'm ready to go off to excursion. So it's been a lot of competition. Guys are going to go off to excursion. The other guys, the young guys, they're trying to get up in the rankings of their young lion journey. So it's going to get interesting. First match, we got Unbound Company. Hiromu Takahashi is wrestling his final New Japan wrestling match, and I'm hearing rumors that he might be going off the WWE with Evil. So that'll be interesting that happen. WWE wants to tap back into the Japanese market. And I'm actually, in my next episode, I'm going to talk about that, because if you want to go and tap back into the Japanese market, you got to do it differently this time. So we got Hiromu Takahashi and Taiji Ishimori.
He got the way, man. I'm going to tune in because I want to know how they're going to do it different. See, I'm telling y'all, look, his mindset is forward thinking, man. He said you can't keep doing the same stuff. He gonna be an executive one day, y'all. I'm telling you, I heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first, man.
No, I just look at, like, we got Ricochet out here talking about some WWE is ruining legacies. Dude, if you never went to WWE, AEW wouldn't have called you 5 minutes after your contract expired. We got to stop this. You instantly get more money just for having that name, saying you worked there. Look here, we all know why it didn't work out for Ricochet. And it's the simplest reason. You talk too much. You should have just wrestled. You're not the best on the microphone. Why the best version of you that I like is the silent version of you named Prince Puma from 10 years ago in a company called Lucha Underground? Why am I still talking about that version of you? Your legacy isn't ruined. You just didn't have the moment that you wanted. You still want to be known for that little sequence you had with Will Ospreay. You're beyond that now. You are beyond that. You are wrestling's Andrew Tate, and keep that gimmick going. Other stuff going off about how WWE ruins legacies, and then you're throwing names out of guys who have better legacies than you. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely just, it is mind-blowing to me. But if they really wanted to do it differently, all they got to do is just look at, what did we not do with Shinsuke Nakamura? But also, WWE is a completely different engine. Like I said, bro, Cuzzo.
I'm looking forward to it. Oh,
Cuzzo,
y'all, hey,
check this out, Cuzzo. Look here, man. It is Saturday. Yes, I get my days mixed up. But it's Saturday. People are still talking about this promo from Monday. All these matches that have happened this week. Kenny Omega wrestled Andrade El Idolo in a great match on Dynamite. But everybody is still talking about Roman Reigns and CM Punk, the Zebros from Zootopia. They're still talking about those guys in their promo. Bro, that is a big deal right there. That is power. That's star power, dog. We remember these promos more than we remember some of the matches. We've had great matches all week, but this is what we're talking about here. That is star power. And sometimes that star power is hard to get around. And that's why I say, if they're going to tap back into the Japanese market, you're going to have to find a way to do it differently. Whatever you didn't do with Asuka, but you did with Io to make her a star, you got to figure out what you're going to do with a male wrestler. Because you can go and take the Japanese woman wrestlers and y'all can take them, bring them over here and make them stars. Io is paving the way for that. Io, Asuka, Kairi, Sane, and don't worry, guys, Julia will eventually catch up because that's the first start right there. If you want to tap into the Japanese market, you got to fix Julia and her package and her delivery. You got to fix that. Everybody say that, oh, they just kind of got hyped from an internet video. I don't think they got hyped from an internet video. I think they just need to go back and look at what made her popular over there and see if we could bring that over here. Because if y'all think she can't wrestle, then that's a personal problem. You got to get a little bit more culture, got to watch a little bit more wrestling outside of your main. But she can. My bad. Let me get back into this right here. They're facing the United Empire, Francesca Akira and Jacob Austin Young. We have the War Dragons, Drilla Maloney and Shingo Takagi. I'm just waiting for the day they tell me Drilla Maloney's leaving New Japan and going over to AEW, because I think that's most likely going to happen. But Drilla Maloney and Shingo Takagi is going to face off against Great O'Khan and Hanare. So there's faction warfare right now between what used to be Bullet Club War Dogs and United Empire. So, and Bullet Club, they got absorbed into Unbound Company. So they're kind of just selling off their final beefs. Couple guys are about to leave, all that good stuff. Never open weight 6-man tag team match. They call it Bishi Mountain. That's funny. Bolton Oleg, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi versus the Mighty Don't Kneel, Ryohei Owa, Hartley Jackson, and Zack Sabre Jr. for the 6-man Never Openweight Championship. They've been beefing for a while. Gabe Kidd versus Andrade Idolo. Winner gets Yota Tsuji for his Global Heavyweight Championship. That match is going to be a show stiller. We got David Finlay versus Callum Newman. I think this is the coming of age moment for Callum Newman. He's going to take that next step and be like, I'm the top gaijin in New Japan now. Bullet Club is gone. I'm the guy. And that's going to just lead to basically maybe a Callum Newman versus Will Ospreay at next year's Wrestle Kingdom. So Callum Newman can get what I like to call the rub, as they call it in professional wrestling. And I also say pause by that because they should change that name from when you're kind of putting over a new star, giving him the rub. They should change that name. But yeah, David Finlay versus Callum Newman. We have the Never Openweight Championship match. Aaron Wolf, who was a former judo Olympic medalist, that man came into New Japan and he already won him a championship. And I'm just like, I just like to see that he's only been doing this for 6-7 months and he's showed a lot of improvement. For only been doing
That's
this
the
for
guy who won. That's the guy who had his first match. He won a championship, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, he only been doing this for 6-7 months, and I like the improvement watching every single one of his matches from the tour. So he has a title defense against Ren Narita, who's probably going to be the new leader of House of Torture since Evil's gone, which I'm surprised they didn't do an angle where Evil got kicked out or something, but I guess Evil didn't give them time. We also have a IWGP Tag Team Championship match, which I'm always looking forward to because I love the Knockout Brothers. Like, I really love the Knockout Brothers. They are dope. We got Yuto Ice and Asuka versus Shota Umino and Yuya Romero. Yo, anybody that just stepped into New Japan, I just want you guys to know, all 4 of these guys were young lions together. So it's already instant beef. It's like, how you guys gonna come back from excursion and win a championship? Do you see me and Shota over here struggling? We can't get no championship, and you guys came back in. They did it the right way. What's missing right now in New Japan? The tag team division is falling apart. We're gonna come in and bring back the tag team division to main event heights. Knockout Brothers, they doing their thing. And the main event, IWGP Heavyweight Championship, Yota Tsuji versus Jake Lee. Jake Lee has been looking to become a Triple Crown champion in Japan. When I say that, All Japan Heavyweight Championship, Pro Wrestling Noah Championship, the GHC Heavyweight Championship. And if he holds the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, I think he might be the only guy, or I have to look that up and I'll come back to you next week about it, but he might be the only guy or a selection of maybe a handful of guys who's won the world championship in all three of those Japanese promotions. So he has something on the line here while Yota Tsuji is just looking to start a new chapter in New Japan and have his first title defense and win. But New Japan New Beginnings is coming up February 11th. Watch how you want to watch. But personally, I'd rather promote New Japan World. It's only $10 a month. Hey, bro, Japan be looking out for you when you come to wrestling, dog. You can spend about $25 and end up watching 8 different promotions. Like they looking out for you when it comes to professional wrestling over there. But yeah, New Beginning, New Japan World. I don't have the time off the top of my head, but I do believe it's 4:30 Eastern time. But guess what? I'll be up and I will be watching. And if you can't catch it on New Japan World, watch how you want to watch. I'm not dropping no information about links to where you can watch this stuff because I want those websites to stay up so that I can continue to go back to watch, so I can keep giving you guys good content in all of my rants.
So you gotta do your research because we ain't giving no free gems over here.
Yeah,
Moving
bro.
on. So again, opening ceremony was last night. As my cousin mentioned, it was
It was
phenomenal.
beautiful.
Uh, Definitely lived up to the hype. Of course, it's the Olympics, right? A show for the whole world. So Friday, the events last night in the Olympics, we had women's hockey. Japan defeated France 3-2, and then we had Switzerland we had Switzerland defeat Czech Republic 4-3.
Oh, so I wasn't tripping last night when I actually saw hockey on my TV.
Yeah, they
Okay.
had some matchups. Earlier this morning in hockey, they had Germany defeat Japan 5-2, and they had Sweden defeat Italy 1-0. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. That matchup is going right now, currently in the first quarter. Sweden is up ahead of Italy 1-0. Later on today at 10 o'clock, 10:40 a.m., we have the United States women's team hosting Finland. Shout out to Finland as well. They're one of my newest countries to support my podcast. So shout out to Finland.
Hey.
Um, at 3 o'clock today, we got Switzerland hosting Canada. We did have alpine skiing and cross country skiing happen today. We had Switzerland. They got their first gold medal of the Olympics with the winner, Franjo van Almen. He won by 0.22 seconds over Italian's Giovanni Franzani. And then we had another Italian member. He placed bronze, Dominique Paris. He fell behind on the men's downhill alpine skiing. He came in at 1 minute and 52 seconds. So, first events from that alpine men's downhill skiing is complete. Also, we had cross country skiing, women's 10 kilometer plus 10 kilometer skiathlon. We had the Swedish participant Frida Karlsson. She completed the event in 53 minutes 45 seconds. And then also we had another Swedish contender. She completed the event, gaining the silver medal. Eva Anderson. She came in at 54 minutes and 36 seconds. And then we had a Norwegian participant as well, Heidi Wang. She collected the bronze medal, and she came in at 55 minutes and 11 seconds. Other events today, we have ski jumping for the women's individual normal hill at 12:45 p.m. We have men's big air snowboarding today at 1:30 p.m. and we have speed skating for the women's 3,000 meter final today at 10 a.m. For Sunday's events, kicking off tomorrow at 10:40 a.m. Well, actually kicking off at 5:30 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. in the morning. At 5:30 a.m., you'll have the women's downhill skiing, alpine skiing. At 6:30 a.m., you'll have the cross country skiing for the men's 10K plus 10K skiathlon final. At 11 a.m., you'll have the first event of the lug or the lug. Lug. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But the men's singles finals is going to kick off tomorrow at 11 a.m. You also have snowboarding at 7 a.m. tomorrow, men's and women's parallel giant slalom. I don't know what that is. It sounds like some huge pipes. But that kicks off tomorrow at 7 a.m. as well. The men's and women's event for that. You have men's speed skating tomorrow, 5,000 meters at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And then you have some women's ice hockey at 10:40 a.m. France will be going up against Sweden, and at 3 o'clock tomorrow we'll have Finland hosting the Czech Republic. So yeah, you also have the biathlon, the mixed 4x6 6 kilometer relay biathlon that's kicking off tomorrow at 8:05 a.m. as well.
Yeah, I'm
So
about to check
a
that
lot
out.
of a lot of events are kicking off early in the morning just because they are on the European time frame. And if you are in America, that's usually 6 hours ahead. So check it out. Not in America. If you're on the East Coast of America, that's usually 6 hours ahead.
Okay.
So from every time zone back, again, we give Easter standard times here on the podcast. So from every time back, take 1 hour, 2 hour, etc. So be on the lookout. Looking forward to the Olympics. And again, the medal count is as follows: Sweden has 2 medals, Italy has 2 medals, and Switzerland has 1 medal currently at the moment. And also Norway. Norway has 1 medal also. So be on the lookout as these countries continue to put on and represent, and these participants represent as well. So looking forward to the Olympics. And go check out the opening ceremony on YouTube. I'm gonna check it out myself to
Yeah,
see what I
that
missed.
was good. That was really good.
Moving on to the Unrivaled League. Unrivaled League matchups from Friday results is as follows. We had the Hive defeat the Breeze Basketball Club 70-68. We had the Laces defeat the Lunar Owls 74-70. For tonight's matchups kicking off at 7:30 p.m. on True TV, we have the Vinyl hosting the Rose Basketball Club. And then at 8:45 p.m. tonight on True TV, we'll have the Phantom going up against the Mist. For Monday's matchups in the Unrivaled League at 7:30 p.m. on TNT or True TV, we're going to have the Phantom Basketball Club hosting the Vinyl, and we're going to have the Rose Basketball Club going against the Mist at 8:45 p.m. on TNT or True TV. And then don't forget, next week on the 11th, February 11th, is going to be a busy day in the sports world. We got wrestling, New Japan kicking off their event, and then we have the 1v1 tournament kicking off in the Unrivaled League. So be on the lookout excited for
Let's
that.
go.
And that's going to be on True TV all week from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Oh no, hold on. All these events happen on Wednesday. Yeah. So you got 1v1 games on Wednesday from 7 o'clock all the way to 10:45. So
I'll say
looking
it
forward
once
to
and
it.
I say it again, cuz if they pack 10,000 people for 1v1, the NBA need to do 1v1 for the All-Star game.
Yeah,
Like
this gonna be lit.
no question.
They need to bring it to the biggest stadium, but they gonna still do numbers. They gonna pack out. They gonna pack out in Miami. So you know what I mean, it's gonna be good for
That's what I'm
sure.
saying. They should try to go to a bigger stadium because I feel like they can put butts in seats for that 1v1 because people
Oh
want
yeah.
it. But if they do that, the NBA need to suck up their pride. Everybody in the NBA need to suck up their pride doing 1v1.
hmm And moving on to the National Hockey League. And again, best of success and best of performances for all these individuals who are going to represent their countries in the hockey, right? From professional women's hockey, men's hockey as well. Looking forward to all these participants, big names that people know from the hockey world here in Americas. See them represent their countries and hopefully they play well also. So looking forward to it. So from Thursday's matchups before the break in the National Hockey League, we had the Penguins defeat the Sabres 5-2. The Islanders defeated the Devils 3-1. The Hurricanes defeated the Rangers 2-0. The Senators defeated the Flyers 2-1. The Capitals defeated the Predators 4-2. The Lightning dominated the Panthers 6-1. We had the
Mm.
Golden Knights defeat the Kings 4-1. So the National Hockey League regular season will return on February 25th. So be on the lookout. We got a 20-day gap between the Olympics and the National Hockey League coming back up. So the Olympics is going from it started Friday officially, and it's going all the way to February 22nd. So it's gonna be a long Olympics. A lot of time, a lot of different coverage, a lot of time for people to check out a lot of different events. And looking forward to see how the turnout for the Olympics, how it all comes together. So looking forward to it.
Mhm.
Wrapping up the sports huddle today with some NCAA men's and women's basketball. NCAA men's top 25 basketball results from Thursday and Friday is as follows. Thursday's matchup in the NCAA men's, we had number 2 Michigan absolutely dominate Penn State 110-69.
Mm.
And we had an upset out of number 22 St. John's with the upset over number 3 UConn 81-72. Today's matchups, I know here in North Carolina, boy, it's gonna be rocking, man. We got the Duke North Carolina game later on tonight, 6:30 p.m. on ESPN.
Let's go Duke,
Um,
baby.
I was at the game on Monday, and Carolina gonna have to play much better than they played against Syracuse to defeat Duke because this stadium gonna be rocking, man. That's gonna be a good one right there.
Let's
I told
go
my
Duke.
I told my father-in-law we're gonna have to get out there and check out one of those games. Them tickets cost some money, boy. But
Oh, I
one day
know.
I'm gonna have I might come into something. We get some good
But
seats.
that
But that's gonna do it.
honestly, you brought up a goal of mine. This is how you know you getting old. When people start talking, you start remembering goals. That was a goal of mine at one point in my life. I really, really badly wanted to go to the Duke, North Carolina game just to get that experience of that rivalry
Yeah.
game.
We ain't done, man. We still have an opportunity going forward, man. Jehovah gonna bless us. So, what we do with that, we'll keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, For other matchups today, right? Number 9, Nebraska on the road against Rutgers. We got Syracuse trying to get over that hump. They're on the road today against number 18, Virginia. That's kicking off today at 12 p.m. on ESPN. We got number 21, Arkansas on the road against Mississippi State at 12 p.m. on ESPN2. Number 24, Louisville going up against Wake Forest at 12 p.m. on the ACC Network. Number 12, Purdue hosting Oregon. Number 7, Iowa State hosting Baylor at 2 p.m. on ESPN. That should be a pretty solid game. Number 11, Kansas hosting Utah at 2:30 p.m. on Fox. Number 19, St. Louis hosting LaSalle. Number 15, Vanderbilt hosting Oklahoma at 3:30 p.m. on the SEC Network. Number 1, Arizona hosting Oklahoma State at 4 p.m. on ESPN. It was officially announced the other day that Bryce James is going to redshirt, which I always thought he
I
redshirted
thought
this
he
whole
already
year. Haven't
was.
haven't seen him in the game all year. Number 23, Miami, Ohio is going up against Marshall. We got number 6, Gonzaga going up against Oregon State. Again, number 14, North Carolina hosting number 4, Duke tonight. Battle of the Blue Bloods at 6:30 p.m. on ESPN. We got a Big Ten top 10 ranked matchup. Number 10, Michigan State hosting number 5, Illinois at 8 p.m. on Fox. Number 20, Clemson on the road against California. Number 17, Florida on the road against Texas A&M. Number 25, Tennessee going up against Kentucky tonight at 8:30 p.m. on ESPN. And then we got a Big 12 ranked matchup. Number 16, BYU hosting number 8, Houston at 10:30 p.m. on ESPN. For Sunday's matchups in the NCAA Men's Top 25, number 2, Michigan on the road against Ohio State tomorrow at 1 p.m. on CBS, and number 13, Texas Tech going up against West Virginia at 1 p.m. on Fox. Moving on to NCAA Women's Top 25. From Thursday's matchups in the NCAA Women's Top 25, we had number 19, Tennessee defeat the Lady Bulldogs in overtime, 82-77. Number 25, North Carolina defeated Clemson, 53-44. Number 3, South Carolina dominated Mississippi State, 88-45. Number 17, Duke with the upset over number 6, Louisville, 59-58. Number 7, Vanderbilt defeated Kentucky, 84-83. We had another upset out of Minnesota. We had unranked Minnesota defeat number 10, Iowa, 91-85. Number 9, Ohio State defeated number 24, Washington, 70-60. We had number 21, Alabama with the upset over number 13, Ole Miss, 64-63. We had number 4, Texas defeat number 5, LSU, 77-64. For Friday's matchups in the NCAA Women's, we had number 23, Princeton defeat Penn. For today's matchups, kicking off at 12 p.m. on FS1, we got number 1, UConn hosting Butler. We got number 12, Michigan State going up against Penn State. Number 20, West Virginia hosting Arizona. Number 22, Maryland going up against Nebraska. Number 15, Baylor hosting Arizona State tonight at 6 p.m. on FS1. And we got number 18, Texas Tech going up against Houston. For Sunday's matchups in the NCAA Women's Top 25, kicking off tomorrow at 12 p.m. on the CW Network. Number 6, Louisville going up against Syracuse. We got number 5, LSU going up against Auburn at 2 p.m. tomorrow on the SEC Network. Excuse me, y'all. We got number 17, Duke hosting SMU. Number 25, North Carolina on the road against Wake Forest. We got a top 10 ranked Big Ten matchup. Number 8, Michigan hosting number 2, UCLA tomorrow at 3 p.m. on Fox. We got a top 25 ranked SEC matchup. Number 3, South Carolina will be hosting number 19, Tennessee, the Lady Volunteers, at 3 p.m. tomorrow on ABC. Number 9, Ohio State going up against Oregon. Number 14, TCU on the road against Colorado. With unranked Wisconsin is hosting number 24, Washington. And we got number 21, Alabama on the road against Texas A&M tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on the SEC Network. So be on the lookout. Again, as the Sports Huddle continues, we will have the announcement of the Super Bowl winners for Super Bowl 60, right? 60 years of Super Bowls, 60 years of the NFL season.
Right.
It's truly amazing. Again, we'll have updated information on the Olympics, Unrivaled League. Again, the 1v1 tournament kicks off on Wednesday. We got New Japan Wrestling kickoff on Wednesday as well for their big event. Again, basketball, women's and men's top 25 basketball will be exciting this weekend, so make sure you check them out. NBA season, again, the NBA All-Star Weekend is right around the corner. Looking forward to it. More information as it comes down the line from NCAA football. We'll have it here. So sports to look out for. Again, baseball is right around the corner. What else we got coming up? We got the United Football League coming
Yeah.
up. Again, FIFA World Cup is coming up this year. Like
It is right
a lot
around
of
the
different.
corner.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. We're gonna have Big Three League is coming up again. The Big Three League will be kicking off again. Ice Cube and his guys with a 3v3
I
basketball.
wish
So
that got a little bit more advertising, man. Cause I just kind of find it
right,
crazy that Unrivaled just stepped in here 2 years in. They already packing 21,000 into a building. It was like I really have
right,
not heard much about the Big Three since Unrivaled done started. I know Ice Cube
right.
already done talked about that and all the hurdles that he got to deal with. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, nah, but still, we're gonna cover it here and we're gonna give it some recognition for sure. So, but it's been a wonderful episode today. Appreciate y'all pulling up again. Thank you to our sponsors, Sugar Cane Sweet Shop in Riverside. Make sure y'all go check out my cousin Papa Dennis, host and creator of Just Unconventional Podcast. I'm Grateful Dave. This is the Grateful Gab Sports Huddle, brought to you by the Grateful Gab Podcast. Y'all be blessed. As always, give Jehovah God honor and glory for life today. And until next time, peace.
peace.